Saviors of Uldum gave Deathrattle Rogue a really insane support card in Anka the Buried, but it seems like the problem with the deck is if you don't draw Anka, your hand is just filled with a bunch of clunky garbage. So what I've attempted to do is maximize my chances of drawing Anka by also playing a Witchwood Piper and no other minions that cost 5 or less, so we always hit the Anka. On top of that, for turn 2 and 3, I've also got a couple copies of Shiv and Fan of Knives, just for digging even deeper into the deck so we hit Anka as consistently as possible. Other than that, I've mostly just got big Deathrattle idiots. We don't really have much to choose from, since we're restricted to Deathrattle minions that cost 6 or more mana, but I think we have just enough stuff here to work with. Of course, I'm also playing a couple copies of Necrium Vial and Necrium Blade. Necrium Vial in particular is really good with Anka, because you play Anka on 5, and then you play any 1-mana Deathrattle thing, plus Necrium Vial on 6. So you can go like Mechanical Whelp double 7/7, which is pretty nutty. And to round things out, I've got a couple copies of Shadow of Death. I have plenty of really strong targets in this deck, and I already wanted to play Octazari because it's a giant Deathrattle thing, and Myra's Unstable Element because it's a broken rogue card. And when you have that much card draw, I think the Shadow of Death is actually pretty consistent. Playing all of this card draw with Unstable Element and Octazari can be pretty awkward in the games where you don't hit Anka, because all your stuff is going to cost 6 or 8 mana instead of 1. But you don't win the games where you don't draw Anka anyway, so I think it's fine.
None can escape my fury. Watch your back.
Shiv and Fan are good cards. And the Witchwood Piper, let's go. I definitely need a hand this good against Rogue. Rogue is scary.
I don't have enough mana.
Shiv this thing and then it'll die to Fan next turn. I'd really like to draw some minions for my Anka. So he's the aggro deck. He didn't hit with the weapon though, which is scary. Hey, that's a Deathrattle minion for my Anka. How sick. Might actually have to play this on 6 with Necrium Vial to heal. Wait, Clever Disguise in that deck? That doesn't seem right.
Come dance to my song.
Karen Bloodhoof is good. If I don't take too much damage, then I'll go Karen plus the Necrium Vial on 6. Highlander Rogue?
I'm free, and so is my curse.
Not sure why else he would be playing all of these cards. And if I'm not mistaken, this didn't draw, so he's probably got Zephyrus and Tiamat in his hand. I'm definitely going to forget that by the time either of those is relevant, but just know that at this point in time, I think he has both of them.
I wonder.
Unity, precision, perfection.
So I definitely feel safe enough to just make some 7/7s here. Do I want to prep out the Karen Bloodhoof? I don't think I want to play the Deranged Doctor, so prep is really just to get the Karen out. This thing might be pretty good to prep in the future.
Options.
Karen Bloodhoof's pretty good.
The Earth Mother is near.
I think I saved Deranged Doctor. It's just a 1/1, and here it only heals for 3 instead of 8. That was not a great turn. Don't really feel like I need the taunt, so let's go decoy over safeguard.
Tastes like cherries. For honor.
I guess I'm happy to pop both of these death rattles. And could hit this thing to protect my 7-1, but the reason to protect the 7-1 is so I can hit him for 7 later, so I guess I'll just hit him for 7 now.
Your wish is my suggestion.
Okay, there's the Zephyrus.
Swiftly.
Frost Nova is a strong and holy crap, it's an obnoxious card. God, he's gonna get another Nova or a Blizzard next turn. That's so annoying. Well, this thing's good, I guess.
Your wish is my suggestion.
Digging for another freeze.
Swiftly.
Hopefully he doesn't have like a Brewmaster or something stupid here. Oh, that's stupid, but it's not quite Brewmaster. Play another defensive thing. And I guess let's kill a Fairy Dragon.
Here we go. I did this. Oh, and that.
This guy's a toast.
Still feeling pretty okay over here. Feeling like he's pretty dead.
I concede.
I appreciate his efforts to play Highlander Rogue.
Valir versus Garrosh.
Victory or death!
Watch your back.
Hard mulligan like we always do. Anka, Shiv, seems good. I guess I dagger this and then I can Shiv it next turn maybe? Maybe it just makes more sense to Shiv first in case I draw Fan of Knives. It's not like I'm gonna need... Okay, well, Shiv Hero Power into this thing is better.
Here we go.
Could have maybe gone Necrium Blade there. But getting the Necrium Blade out early doesn't really help that much because I don't want to break it until turn 6 anyway. So it would just be sitting there doing nothing. Like, I'm gonna equip the blade here, but I might not even swing with it. That way I can swing next turn when I play Anka. Yeah, I think I'll just equip it. I don't really know what I would be swinging into on turn 4. Maybe he just plays a Restless Mummy or something. Or it could just be some random jank that he got from the flunky. Man, this Anka isn't even that good. Maybe I Fan of Knives here?
Here
Jeez.
we go.
Well, next turn I can still go Anka plus one of my death rattles and break the weapon. But geez, with this hand I might even just play Witchwood Viper this turn. Yeah, like my hand totally sucks.
Come dance to my
I really don't play that many spells, but I drew a bunch of them here. Spells and minions without death rattle.
light the fuses. I'm free.
This is good enough, I guess. We'll play a taunt. And we'll play a decoy. Hopefully I can make some 7/7s next turn with this whelp. But sometimes the decoy does pull it. Could have gone double safeguard, I guess, but I don't know. Maybe I should have gone double safeguard. So let's see. I'm gonna play this thing. And I'm gonna make some 7/7s. I don't really see any reason to use the weapon here, because I'm already pretty weak to AoE. So I guess I do this. Maybe I play this other safeguard. It does help protect this thing, which I want the mechanical whelp to be protected so he can't kill it before brawling. And it makes my blatant decoy better by pulling something that costs 6 instead of 1. Hopefully it doesn't have a brawl to go along with this. But I guess if I get Warpath and Brawl for the same board, maybe it's not a disaster. You could still coin out Brawl, but is there a reason to do it like this? Okay, Plague of Wrath, sure. So I didn't get to draw with Geppetto, but I have Unstable Element in hand, so maybe that's fine. 15 cards in deck. I could draw 9 of them here. Okay. Let's hit those Geppettos. One Geppetto. 2 Geppetto. No 3 Geppetto. But I did pick up my other Shadow of Death, which is really nice. I even have a prep for it, so I can go like Deranged Doctor, prep Shadow of Death, and then next turn fill my board. Or I can go like Cairn, Shadow of Death, prep Shiv. Maybe that's the way to do it. Yeah, I think the Cairn Bloodhoof play looks pretty sick.
Take heart, young one. The Earth Mother is near.
Playtime's over.
I'm almost out of cards. I'm out of cards.
The Earth Mother is near.
Is it 24? I'm showing, what, 10, 25?
Here we go.
Making a 4/5 doesn't seem that important. It doesn't do anything against Brawl, which is what I'm really worried about. I have Sap to get through taunts or whatever, so it's not like I need to push a ton of damage.
Save the best for last.
That looks like... oh, okay. This doesn't seem great for me, but it doesn't seem terrible either. Obviously I sapped that thing. And then I'm gonna play a Deranged Doctor and break my weapon here. Question is, do I want a 1 in 4 chance to heal for 8? I think I want a 4/5.
Here we go.
Do I care about Eternium Rover?
For honor.
How much damage do I push here?
For honor. For honor.
Well, let's see. I took 3 fatigue, so 4, 5 fatigue plus this. I can take this 1 damage, that's fine. It doesn't change anything. So, oh, this was actually bad against Shield Slam. I gave him 2 extra armor if I'm planning on killing this. But anyway, do I want to kill Eternium Rover for any reason? You can high roll a Brawl with it.
Choose soon. Here we go.
That's fine.
The eyes of the Earth Mother are upon you. The red one tastes like cherries.
So even if he has Brawl here, I should still end the turn with 3 4/5s, and I gain enough health that I can play this other stuff.
So fragile.
He's at 18. I do have a Sap, which Sap is not lethal. Man, I'm 1 damage off, huh?
So many options.
The red one tastes like cherries. Ishne alo pura.
Here we go.
For honor.
He's at 15. I sap one of them. This goes into the other. I think it's exact lethal.
For honor.
Oh no, it's not exact. It's over by 2. Alright. That was very close. If he had drawn a Brawl that game, I probably would have lost.
Shadows are rising again, darker than they've ever been.